Yo, today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp, okay? And like I say, sometimes you just need someone to talk to, okay? And with over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, okay? And it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. I'm telling you, it's also convenient. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, okay? So talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/foods. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/foods. Yo, man, look, it really does happen to all of us, okay? Whether you're getting older or you're tired, sometimes your thing just don't work like you want it to, okay? So if you're feeling a little stalled out in the bedroom, through Hims, you can get some gas back in that tank with personalized ED treatment options that are accessible without ever stepping foot into the doctor's office, okay? No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care, all right? So start your free online visit today at hims.com/dudes. That's HIMS.com/dudes for your personalized ED treatment options. Hims.com/dudes. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods. That's actually really fucking good.
Hello, pretty boy.
Apparently, this purifies the air here. The Himalayan salt rock.
Is that what that does?
Do you believe in this shit?
Crystals and shit? Or like the science of rocks?
Science of rocks like crystals and stuff. Do you believe in that stuff?
I wouldn't say I believe it. I wouldn't say, like, if someone told me, hey, this rock here, it's gonna help bring this energy, I wouldn't like not believe them either, though. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
It's like, oh, if someone's like, yeah, you know what, this specific rock I wear it on my neck because it's like, it brings like, it's supposed to really lighten your whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Give me some.
I like the idea of mysticism.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very fun thought.
Yeah.
Right? I will say this, though. There was a girl in high school. Her name is Peggy, right? Shout outs to Peggy. Still a homegirl. Peggy she believed in charging moonstones all the time. So she would charge all these rocks and shit.
And moon water and shit, too?
Yeah, she would moonwalk on water. She would do all this other stuff. She would do... So she had this stone. It was like for intelligence and good luck or whatever.
Okay.
She had this rock. And this is before she was going to take the SATs.
Yeah.
And she charged it in the moonlight like the day before, put it under her pillow. Let me tell you something, dude. On her SATs, fucking amazing, dude.
Really?
She did terrible. She got like an 800 out of like 1,600. It was fucking horrendous.
Dang.
And from that on, I was like, that is bullshit. She convinced us, like, this stuff has been working. Basically, you would get 400 points just for writing your name. And it's pretty amazing how bad she did.
It's not gonna make you smart. The fucking rock isn't gonna answer your questions for you. That's like, what do you mean?
I don't fucking know. But that shit was the most hilarious thing I ever witnessed. I was like, you fucking talked a big game about this Moonstone charging rock that's gonna get you a perfect score on the SATs.
What the fuck?
And she did the worst out of all of us.
I get, yeah, cleanse the energy, bring some positivity. I don't know, calm me down, give me strength. Not fucking 3 cats, which dog shouldn't be on the list? Like SAT
Creative writing
shit.
SAT.
Yeah, what the fuck?
There was a fan years ago. I don't know if you still watch me anyways. It was years ago. But she gave me this rose quartz stone. And I don't know what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Because of how sweet she was and how she gave that to me, I've kept it since. It's been like 8 or 10 years. It's a long time. I would say close to 8 or 10 years, actually. And I've always had it. And Mary was like, why do you keep it? I was like, I don't know. But that person did something very heartfelt. And I think I'm going to keep this forever.
Aww.
Because of the intent that they had of when they gave this to me. So when I look at it, I have very fond feelings of this rock.
Yeah, bro. I got shit that I should get rid of, but just like that. Like, I have a couple like fan-made t-shirts, and just like my closet space is over flooding with just bullshit. But whenever I get to my pile of like fan made shirts where I can tell like they really went out of their way to make something from their heart, I'm like, I can't get rid of this.
Yeah, all the notes and letters that fans have given me, I still have it in a bin.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I read it or not. It took them time to physically write it out. There's no way I can throw that away. It's impossible. Like when a fan gives me like a cup or something, I'm like, don't do that. If you write something to me or something like that, I'll keep it forever.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, first of all, who the fuck writes with their hands? You know what I mean? That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a digital world now.
Right.
So when they do that, I'm like, damn, this is like some heartfelt shit.
I was such an asshole to this kid in like, I think it was Winnipeg one time, either Winnipeg or Calgary. This is what like early on though when we were doing shows. So I wasn't really seasoned with the meet and greet shit yet. And this kid, I feel so bad, dog. He drew me a picture of me and like, I'm like vlogging. And then I'm just kind of like going, and he drew me a picture. I was like, oh, okay, this is the worst picture anyone's ever drawn of me. And the kid's like, oh, well, I mean, I did it super fast. And then as soon as he said that, I realized how fucked up it was. Because I was like, oh, this is like the worst. Just kind of like.
Because you're just joking around.
I
Like,
was just fucking around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of, like, you automatically kind of want to roast it,
Yeah.
He handed it to me. I was like, oh, okay, the worst picture of me ever. And then he was like, oh, I did it so fast. I was like, oh.
I was like, oh, you were serious about the drawing.
Yeah, I was like, sorry in my head. I was like, no, I'm just playing. But I felt so bad, dog.
Sometimes though, people need to hear that, right? Because it's like that also, I feel like for some people, they need that. Because if they don't hear that, they don't try to get better, right? And that's like the hardest part with people who have a certain, this guy is not arrogant, but it's like, that's like something we used to have where we could be, somebody would be able to be like, it's not that dope. But, you can work on it.
Yeah.
But now people just don't want to do that.
I know.
Which, look, if you're doing things for a hobby, fuck anybody's opinions. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's enough for you to, like, show somebody your artwork and want to be recognized for it, that somebody got to critique it.
Anyone it's just that little boost of a villain story that you need. I mean, even for me, I will say, one of my biggest motivators coming up was to prove people wrong. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are like, oh, you'll never be on TV. You'll never do this. You're fucking just a little goofy Asian kid. I'm like, well, watch this. That was my main motivation. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe I turned that kid into an award-winning artist. You're welcome, buddy.
This is the next Picasso. You don't even know. But to that point, too, like, I had this moment, like, during COVID. And it's weird because I feel that it kind of... I didn't say it killed my motivation, but it flipped my perspective. My earliest parts of my career, the biggest factor was, I'll show everybody. You know what I mean? And it actually made me produce an insane amount of content. And I just kept on doing it. When COVID happened, everything stopped. So I was just kind of left with like, okay, I can't do this whole thing of like, oh, you say I can't do this, you say I can't do this. And half the time, nobody was saying that.
Yeah.
You just developed this enemy in your head. And then once that disappeared, half my motivation disappeared. And I'm like, damn, I'm kind of motivated by negativity. Like, how come I can't just do things because I know that I truly love this versus like, let me just show you what's up, like how good I am at something.
Yeah.
And then after COVID happened, Mary was like, oh, you're not working as much. Like, you're like a lot more relaxed. You're not as like on edge about things. It's like, yeah, because COVID put it in perspective that I kept on fighting an invisible enemy that wasn't there, So it's like, how do I go back and kind of redirect doing something in a positive light?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? When you're an introspective person for shit like that, you start to think and you're like I said, right? It was one of my biggest motivators. And then you start to think like, oh, who am I trying to impress? Oh, am I actually just insecure? Am I just battling my own insecurities? And then I stop working and I stop making money. Like, fuck. Need some more motivation. Thank God I had babies now. Finally, I got a reason to get back into the grind of things.
Oh, God, dude, I'm still not even there. I got this one. Maybe I need a second one. Because I look at this kid, I'm like, you got it way better than me than I was your age. You're fine, dude. But I definitely that's like when you do smoke, like you do get into these thoughts where it puts you into like a deep introspection. Yeah. And then like I wake up motivated and then it disappears. It's like, damn, dude. Like I remember for almost 10 years straight, there was not a single thing that stopped me from doing something that I said I could do. And now I'm like, I could do it, but why?
Well, David, they say comfort is the enemy of progress.
I'm very comfortable, dude.
Same. It's a struggle.
What happened to us, man?
Here's what you do. Put your kid in private school because I'm actually not as comfortable anymore. Now, every time we pay tuition, I'm like, ooh.
It's like, Veda, do you really need to be this smart? Do you really?
God damn it, she's so smart. You know what? Man, I had another Veda story for you, and it was it was interesting because you know how we always talk about sometimes you'll get these suggested like reels and TikToks about parenting now that we're parents, you know? It's always like everyone has their different psychological analyzations of the way shit used to be and the way shit is now and things like that. And like you said, you know, you take it how you want to take it a lot of times, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the parent to this kid, right?
Yeah.
So, but there was something that clicked into my head the other day. Veda had like a little meltdown on the way to school because mommy did her ponytail a certain way and she likes the way mommy does her ponytail. But then we're in the car and she wanted to undo the ponytail because she couldn't sit comfortably. So she's like, Daddy, can you move it down? I'm like, sure. So like I pull her ponytail down and she immediately was like, she started because she's just like, oh, her ponytail's fucked up now, right? She's like, can you redo it? Just move it down. I'm like, sure. So I'm trying to redo it. She's like, no, mommy no, it's too loose, right? She's like, can we go back and let mommy do it? And I'm already like, it's like the house was closed, but I'm like, I can't have her dictating that we're just gonna go back to the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, we can't, baby. You're gonna have to let daddy do it, okay? So she's like fucking stewing, full out meltdown, like just feels crazy about her hair, fucking uncomfortable, wants mommy to do her hair. She's crying, screaming, like now she's like in her car seat, like, going crazy,
Damn, what
right?
do you do?
Dog, I was just trying to stay calm, and there's an immediate thing you want to do where you're like, tell them why they shouldn't be crying. Where you're like, baby, what? Almost be like, stop being a crybaby. You know what I'm saying? But then you realize that
doesn't do anything.
That doesn't do anything. She's upset. She's gonna be upset.
They're
right?
not rational.
So I was trying to fight off the urge to just be like, you know, stop crying over nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, to her, this is not nothing. This is something. And I saw this IG reel that was like, don't like ask them, don't like tell them what they're doing is like dumb when they're feeling those emotions, but like, you know, try and find out what's going on, right? Because in my head afterwards, after I processed, like how fucked up would it be if I was like, hey, stop crying like a little baby, and then I don't know, she's upset because kids were making fun of her hair at school or something, or you know, and then it's like it's because they were telling her ponytail looks stupid at school,
Gotcha.
right? Or if I'm telling her, hey, you're crying for a stupid reason, and then but it's really like I don't know, all the other girls have ponytails and she doesn't, she feels left out, you know? So I'm like, let me just talk to her, and finally. It was nothing crazy like that, but just kind of talking to her was able to calm her down. And then mommy sent a voice note, calmed her down, right? So like, luckily she's finally relaxed. And we keep telling her like, hey, if you're a good girl and you earn things, you can get new things instead of just getting presents. So she's sitting there, she's like, Daddy, she's pissed though, but she's stewing in it. She's calmed down. She's like, Daddy, now that I'm calm, did I earn something?
It's like, no, you're at 0 now.
Yeah.
So you were at negative 800. You're at 0 now.
You're finally where you should be as a regular person. Let's go up from there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, baby, you're good. You're good. You're earning. Okay, you're earning.
It's like, can I get something for this? No, but you are not going to get an ass whooping. So this is the hard part too. It's like how we want to interact with the kid is immediately we want to treat them as if they're adults.
I know.
And it's like, wait, they don't get it.
Yeah.
And we don't understand why they're upset.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do you, because immediately I think like, you know, I would never do this, by the way, just because I know how it feels. But the immediate reaction in my head is shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like this ain't anything, dude. You want to know what real problems are? That's how our parents used to talk to us.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's like, what's the deal? You know?
Yeah, what's the deal? Because
Yeah.
this is the biggest issue she's having in her whole life as a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, exactly. We, I forgot what you said, but yes.
Yeah, I follow this one, you know, I don't follow too many people, but it's because I just pick and choose what I like, right? And I try to see what's up. And I'll get to these crossroads. I'm probably gonna ask you a lot of questions too when I get there. But it's always like, I think the biggest advice that I heard from other people who have had like successful stuff with their kids is just that you gotta understand where their level is at. Because right now, what you think that you're going to do is that you think that they know everything and they literally don't.
That's what I was gonna say. Especially when you have smart kids.
Yeah.
When you have smart kids, like, cause I know my kids are smart, so I immediately want to be like, baby girl, like, you know, hey, I wouldn't say this, but like, use your fucking brain.
Yeah.
Baby girl, you're smart. Why are you crying like this?
That's how you
right?
feel.
Yeah, because you want to be like, yeah, oh my God, my baby girl, she's so grown. You know what I'm saying? She sounds so grown. She's like, she's so smart. So when they start having a 4-year-old meltdown, you want to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, baby? Why are you crying over a ponytail? It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of the things that like this person specifically doesn't like is not the idea of gentle parenting. It's just when they start to do it is off.
Mhm.
They start gentle parenting in terms of like reasoning, big emotions, big feelings.
Mhm.
When they're like 10 months old, it's like she goes, because she's a child psychologist, she goes, they don't know.
Right.
You keep using words and phrases of like manage your emotions. They cannot. They don't have that ability.
Yeah.
So when you do the gentle parenting thing, it's like, that's later. You know, right now, from 0 to 16 months, you're just keeping them alive and then making sure that they're comfortable. Reasoning and asking them what their big feel. They don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, bro. Another thing that I thought I could do, which I also kind of read up on and I liked what I learned about it, is I thought since Veda's smart, now mind you, this is when she was like 2, maybe even 3, where she was having these tantrums and being like just annoying with me, I would be like, okay, what if I told her she's making me feel sad, right? Or from like, baby girl, when you don't listen, you know, it makes me sad. Or when you like have these tantrums or when you swing at me, it makes me sad, right? Mind you, she's 3, she's 2, she's fucking having a tantrum. She's not listening to all that. But also what I read that makes sense is when you do that, it makes their feelings about you. Instead of being like, what is bothering my child? You're like, you feeling this is killing my vibe.
Yeah.
So then, you know, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm trying to help her understand what she's doing. Really, it's like, it's putting her emotions on me, right? And I'm like, okay, I like that. I've learned that. I don't want to do that, you know?
We'll talk more about this after the break.
What's up, y'all? Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Okay, now look. Men today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and to keep it all together all the time. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the US suffer from depression every year, and it's often undiagnosed, all right? Look, it's okay to struggle. Real strength comes from opening up about what you're carrying and doing something about it, okay? So you can be at your best for yourself and everyone in your life. If you're a man and you're feeling the weight of the world, talk to someone, a friend, a loved one, a therapist. Look, I get it, man. You feel like you gotta be the rock in your household. You're working. You are, you know, helping with the babies. You're trying to figure out what's bothering your wife. And you know what? Sometimes nobody asks you, what's bothering you? Are you okay? So you hold it all inside and you stretch yourself out. And sometimes really all you need is just someone to talk to, okay? So if you are ready to talk it out with BetterHelp, then our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/foods. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/foods. Man, look, if erectile dysfunction is getting you down, though, like literally getting you down, then you need Hims to get your confidence back, okay? And other things. Hims provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. You know how it is, man. You might be out at a Taco Bell and a sexy young lady pulls you into the bathroom and wants to give you some sweet, sweet loving, and you can't even get it up because all you smell is chalupas, all right? Well, check it out. That's where Hims comes, okay? Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch, okay? The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/dudes. That's HIMS.com/dudes for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/dudes. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
One of the things that I think I really liked about being a parent is how it helped me level up for things that, to me, if it was just me and Mariel, little mess ups here and there don't mean a lot. But being consistent around a young kid is very, very important. Things that I say, things that I do, has to be consistent. And I learned this from watching other parents who weren't, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, now I get it. It's like, that's why your kid listens to you sometimes and doesn't, because you're not consistent. Like what you say is okay one day is not okay the next. And so they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I was like, that's why it is. And so we just had a conversation, a lot of parent talk now because, you know, all my friends were parents. And they're like, what do you think? It's like, they're like, okay, but I just sent them something, right? Because it's something that I noticed. I don't ever want to teach people how to parent because I don't know either. But I just sent it. And I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And it clicked for them. They're like, fuck. And I kind of wanted to tell them without having to, but having a professional put it into, right? So it's been about a month. And they're like, dude, that video changed up a lot. Like, I didn't realize like how wishy-washy I am on shit.
100%.
Right? He's like, oh, fuck, I'm wishy-washy. That's why my kid's wishy-washy.
Yeah, and Chia tries to kind of like check me on that a little bit because I am very much like, you know, I'll tell Veda to do something. I'm like, all right, mama, one more time. Fine, you could do it one more time. Or like, okay, you'll get 5 more minutes, right? And I was just reading up on it. And it's like, you know, like you said, if you're not consistently like, okay, this is it, then they're gonna know that if I say no the first time, they're gonna get a couple more
They're like
times. They're gonna get
habitual
5
line
more
steppers.
minutes. Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And that's smart of them too. Like that's actually pretty admirable, right? They're like, oh, I'm gonna figure this shit out. So it's like just watching like this whole system go down where like you're not being mean, you're upholding your words, right?
Yeah.
So if you come into the house, the routine is take off your shoes, go wash your hands. You come in, they don't do that, and let's say they did it 5 times, they didn't do it once. Do you say, hey, oh, it's okay this time? He goes, no, it's never okay. There's a consequence for it. And whether they did it 5 times right or 1 time wrong, you're not angry at them.
Right.
It's just, this is how it is.
And it's crazy how that shit really works,
It
bro.
does.
When you're raising small people, because Veda, as much as she'll complain and play games when we're like, hey, wash your hands after you pee, you know what I'm saying? And she'll be like, I don't want to. Or like, she'll try to run off and play without washing her hands. If we fucking don't say it now, if she pees and then I'm like, all right, well, let's go to the living room, blah, 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 have a snack. She's like, wait, I didn't wash my hands. You know what I'm saying? It's ingrained in her now. Wow, look at that.
It's just fucking nuts, man. And it's crazy too, because now that he's done it, because I'm not at that stage yet, he only helped solidify that this shit works.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, he's like, how'd you find it? I was like, it just popped up on my feed and I thought you could use it. So I was like, I'm glad that you did it for a month and it's working, because now it's like, oh, it is application. He goes, yeah, now I'm more consistent too. So now I'm like sticking to the shit that I'm saying. I'm not doing it where it's just like, it's okay this time. Cause like I just kept fucking myself for the last like 3 months.
Oh, you changed his life too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He didn't realize he was like fucking himself up. He was like, oh shit, I'm wishy-washy as fuck.
Dang.
So that's why my wife gets mad at me. And I was like, ooh. I was like, cool, I'm writing notes. Let me just experiment with you then. Cause I was like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Wow, look at you. You get to grow up in the age of influencers and YouTube moms teaching you everything you need to know.
It's great because this person's been a child psychologist for 30 years.
Damn.
So like a behavioral psychologist and all this other stuff. That she has a whole thing where I'm just testing it out on other people because I'm not there yet. So it's like, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think you'll try this out?
Yeah.
Some people are like, whatever.
Yeah.
But the ones that do it, they're like, oh, it actually kind of works. So I'm pretty hyped.
Still gotta meet your baby.
Well, stop being sick. Stop having fucking diarrhea every week. Stop coughing.
I don't think I'm ever gonna stop coughing at this point. I don't know. I think I've just caught a like forever cough. It's fucked up.
This fool is one of the most healthy looking, unhealthy people I've ever met in my life. Shit, it doesn't make any sense. Like if you looked at him, 0 ailments, right? Looks like he's perfectly fine. High blood pressure.
Yeah.
Fucking high
Pre-diabetes.
cholesterol. Pre-diabetes. Constant choro butt, dude.
It's only high cholesterol, not high blood pressure yet, okay?
It's getting there. Don't worry. Dude, whenever we go to like Disneyland, we're trying a bite of things, right? Me, on the other hand, if I get a taste of what I like, just a taste, it's a bad problem, right? I'll like the chicken bao. If you guys saw the Star Wars episode, I took a bite. I should have stopped there. Tasted too good. Ate the whole fucking thing.
You're unstoppable. And you just reminded me of when you said I'm the unhealthiest, healthy-looking man. One time we were at Disneyland with Rick. I was taking pictures with a couple people, and someone's like, they always ask Rick, like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? If they don't know. And Rick's like, oh, he's actually the youngest looking, oldest man in America. Which is the dumbest.
That's so stupid, dude.
She's like, oh.
That's the dumbest thing to say. That's fucking hilarious.
Off
man.
top too. How the fuck did you even come up with that? Oh,
Rick
shit.
posted this thing on a story that had me shook. It was this basketball game. It was like a women's basketball game.
Mhm.
And what this player did was so weird and heinous, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the video. So basically, she gets possession. She misses her shot.
Mhm.
But she basically takes the possession and then instead of putting it back up on the board, she goes to the other side of the court and then shoots it and tries to go for a point on the other side.
Oh my!
And I'm like, I didn't understand what was wrong because it was so ridiculous. It didn't make sense.
It
to
wasn't
me.
a WNBA game though.
No, it wasn't, but it
Okay.
could have been at that point, dude. Listen, y'all are never gonna get paid. Lower that fucking hoop by a foot
I mean, why not?
and dunk. And
Why
then
not?
watch how much more exciting it's gonna be.
That'd be cool.
Why the fuck not, dude?
You gonna let your boy play sports?
So originally I wanted him to like box and kickbox,
Mhm.
but no. That's my little baby's face. I like sports. I like combat sports, right?
Yeah.
I will put him into one, but I used to have this thought of like, he has to learn how to like knock somebody out instantly, do all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, wait, you're not growing up in the same neighborhood I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to be smarter. You're going to be able to use your words and you're going to be better about placing yourself in a lot safer positions than I am.
True.
Right? I still want him to know how to defend himself and do all this other stuff. But what is this stupid idea of me making him into a killer? Like,
You
what?
know?
It's dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, sometimes, I get caught up with a conversation with other friends and they're in this like fight mode all the time. And I'm like, I don't think I like that, dude.
Yeah.
I think I want my kid to be using their mind first before anything else. But if he wants to throw hands, he could throw hands.
Yeah.
You know?
A little something.
Yeah, I
But,
just don't want my kid to get punched in the face.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. I feel that.
Ugh, I can't imagine. It's like, I get it. We'll put into like, I don't know, boxing or something. But, if he does it for a year and he's like, I'm good. I'm like, all right, you good.
What did your parents put you in as a kid that you hated but you wish you stuck with it?
Piano. I really wish, because I can't read sheet music anymore. I can't do any of that
Oh, you used
stuff.
to be able to?
Yeah, I used to be able to boom and just do it.
Dang.
Can't do it anymore at all. I wish I would have stuck with guitar. I don't know how to play the guitar anymore, which is so funny. There's videos of me playing the guitar,
Really?
and I can't even fucking play the guitar anymore.
Dude, same shit. My mom loved music so much. She kind of dabbled in playing guitar. She wanted to put me in so much shit. Guitar, piano. And I was like, I don't want to. Meh, And now I look back, I'm like, oh, how cool would that have been to play something? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Play something. But back then, you don't see the vision. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Like I always have these thoughts too of where, if I had chosen just a slightly different route in entertainment, where would it have ended up, right? Like, what if I didn't do comedy and I just 100% only pursued music?
Yeah.
Like, what would that have turned out to be?
Yeah.
Would it have been really good? Would I have given up? Well, because like music is such a different art than comedy, right?
Yeah.
Comedy, you don't have to look a certain way. You're not, the only thing you're selling is laughter,
Right.
right? With music, I think the part that stressed me out was like, there's so much more to it,
Yeah.
right? When you're a goofy, funny guy, the 80 to 90% of it is just you being funny.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck cares about anything
About
else?
your looks or anything.
Right?
Yeah.
Even age doesn't matter in comedy.
Right.
You could be a stand-up comic when you're 18 all the way till you're 70 or 80 years old. As long as you're fucking funny and you're cracking people up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I felt with music there was a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, a lot of just entertainment, right? Where, except for stand-up comedy, if you're, especially as a musician, if you're a popping artist, you're selling your whole package, your physical look, your personality even. It kind of kills me sometimes when I see, like, musicians that I really like their personality, or entertainers in general, but now they feel like they need to like they want people to take them seriously, now they don't smile in interviews and shit. Like they don't joke around because like, oh, you're making serious music now, they got to be like this whole serious like persona, you know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, it's all marketing,
Music is one of those hard, especially for like girls, right? Because it's almost like sometimes for them, you could be, I guess it's not just for girls, it's any like musician really. Like if you're attractive enough, the music is like secondary.
It definitely helps if you're attractive. Nowadays, I feel like, because of just the state we're in with like the internet and social media, I think now you have more of a chance to make money from your music if you just have a good voice. Because people are like, oh my goodness, an untraditional looking pop star. They're kind of on that wave. Like, yeah, let's support this.
I saw this video yesterday of this Asian dude, really nice. Like he's a pretty nice guy. I don't know if he's an actor or something, but you know, they do this whole thing of like, they grab the instrument. Clearly, they've practiced a lot, right? But they go like, okay, I never do this, but you know, if you guys don't like it, it's what. And he play, and every fucking comment's like, dude, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker was off key and flat for the whole fucking song. And it's just like, oh, god damn, like really talent doesn't matter in this thing. It's like, holy shit. If he was ugly, people have been like, you need work. You need to practice. Like he has like one of those voices where it's like, yeah, you could kind of hold a note, but you're not good. Like you're constantly flat or you're sharp. And then on top of that, his voice is so weak, you could barely hear it because he's trying to do a tone without actually knowing how to sing. And like listening to this, I'm like, damn, he's fucking off key throughout the whole thing. But all the comments, dude, you're amazing. I was like, that's because you're good looking. Right? But if you were ugly, people would have shat on you. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. Good looking people do have it easier.
I was just gonna say, you know, it's fucked up. I feel like if that was a hot girl, like a really hot girl who was kind of off key, people would have went in because the internet is very angry at attractive women.
Oh, it's like all hot girls get a pass on everything.
Yeah. So then I feel like unless she's sang like amazingly, they would have been going in on her singing. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a reverse situation.
We'll talk about this more after the break.
Or not.
Yeah, playoff season, son. Cash in on the basketball playoffs with PrizePicks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your PrizePicks lineup, son. Whether it's points, rebounds, assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series. Starting with the play-in round, every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes, which could get you and a +1 VIP trip to the ship, son. We going to the ship. We going to the ship. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. On PrizePicks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball, hockey, esports, and much more, okay? And guess what? Every Tuesday, PrizePicks will discount several projections on the board, usually by 15% to 25%. Now that's just lit, okay? So download the app today and use code DUDESFOOD to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DUDESFOOD to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
But I think like the cool thing now is like I've been seeing so many like young artists on Instagram pop up, and I'm always amazed at how fucking dope people are. Like when they're dope, fuck, they're good, dude. I'm like, where the fuck have you been? How are you that? Like, let me tell you, somebody over the rap group that popped up over pandemic, Coast Contra.
Okay.
They're fucking amazing, dude. I'm like, how the fuck do you go off rapping like that? That shit's so good. People are just amazing.
Well, as you were saying, man, music industry, just like most of the industries, you don't necessarily pop off because you're the best one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole package, right? And like, it's the image, it's the vocals, it's the personality.
Yep.
So there's a million amazing singers out there that might not be cute or they don't have a fun personality. Record companies can't market them, and you'll never hear them sing ever, ever, ever. You know?
I get super hyped whenever I come by like an artist that just is so good at what they fucking do. Because a part of me, it's a healthy jealousy where it's like, I wish I had that, right? And if I had your ability, I would have pursued music, right? Because I knew where my ability was at in terms of I would have to do a lot to get by, to pretend that I was good as these other people. You know what I mean? And I think that self-awareness was one of the biggest reasons why I never continued in music. Because number one, I realized I didn't like music enough. And number two, I realized that I just wasn't going to enjoy this art the way I wanted to because I was never going to get to a place where I wanted to be with it. You know what I'm saying?
They would have made you like use a trainer every day and get facial reconstructing.
Right. They would have, told face off. They would have sliced your face off, put that in. They would have to AI generate another human being. It would have been a whole ordeal.
You know what though? Even with when you say that too, I did a bunch of stand-up shows in Vegas this past weekend, and even though I enjoy my time doing stand-up when I do it, I think I've learned that I don't love it necessarily.
That's how I am with like music.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, this is cool. This is fun.
Yeah.
I don't love this though.
Yeah.
And I think like that was a good clarifying moment for me in my life where it was like I could enjoy this, but it's not something that like I'm like, fuck, I could die for this. It's not like joking around and making people laugh. I love making people laugh. Like it's a joy of mine. Even if I don't do it as a career for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be that guy in the group.
Right.
So yeah, that's exactly how I felt. It's such a weird feeling though, right?
Yeah. Cause like, people always
It's like, you're not bad at it.
like, 'cause I'm sure people tell you all the time, yo, you should really like put out an album. You should do this because you have a beautiful voice, right? And then people have always told me, oh, bro, you should do stand up. Your timing and your whatever. Like you'd kill it. And I've done it now less than 10 times, and there's a couple times where I killed it, But I still, and yeah, there's that high of like, wow, I really killed that. But I still don't really like. I'm not like itching to do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's how it is with me in stand-up now too. Because I was just talking to my buddies when I did the Genius Brain Comedy Night thing. And they had not seen me do stand-up, right? They've only heard people say I did stand-up. And so it's been so long. But this is like something you don't lose. Like I've done it since I was 16.
Yeah.
So I go up there, great fucking show. And it was like a conversation. It's like, why don't you do this? They're like, you should do this. It's like, this is who you are. I was like, here's the thing though. When you guys go up and you kill it, you guys feel amazing. Like you feel like this is it. I don't feel that. I just go, that was a good show.
Yeah.
And I go about my day. So I'm like, why would I, number one, travel across the world, be away from my family, do all this stuff for something I don't even care about that much? It's not worth it for me.
Yeah. And I wanted to love it. Maybe not. Because like I said, early in the beginning, when I first started making YouTube videos, I also was kind of dabbling with the stand-up, and I made a decision. I'm like, okay, I got to pick one because I feel like I need to commit to one. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's after the years of not doing it, but I was talking to Dumb about it, and I was like, man, I don't know if I love it. He's like, what don't you love? I was like, honestly, bro, like at the end of the day, I think I am more excited when I'm going on auditions that lead to nothing and pretending to write this movie script. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm like kind of, man, maybe this is where I'm at mentally and just with my career, but I like trying to write this movie right now.
Yeah.
And even though, stand-up was fun, but like, I'm good.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you won't do it again here and there. You know what I mean? Like it'll always be there. Right. And there's people who actually love doing the other stuff and they're just not good. But the thing is they enjoy doing it, so they keep pursuing it, right? I've seen a lot of friends who went into stand-up from doing other stuff, and I went to their shows and they come off, just like excited and energetic, like that was great. And I'm like, you were fucking terrible.
Right.
But if you like it, then you like it. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the person that's gonna stick around it for the longest time. Yeah. You can't even convince them that they sucked, even though they clearly did.
If they start giving me bags for it, sure, I'll do the fucking same 15 minutes I've been doing at every show. Sure.
Why the fuck not though, huh? Yeah, it's also too, stand-up is, I don't want to say hard, there's a lot more harder jobs there.
Yeah.
But it's like, it is a little exhausting to do something you don't like.
Yeah, man. Like before the night of because we were doing 2 shows each night, and me and Rick and Eric we're just like, me more than Eric, because Eric's been kind of doing a lot of like open mic nights and shit and other stand-up shows. But I was just like, oh, can we just not? I don't want to do this. Can we just go to dinner?
You're just exhausted. It's hella energy.
Yeah.
You got to feed off of that shit. And that's like the conversation too, where I basically told them like, listen, it's a different feeling for me. Like when I went up there and the moment I knew, this was years ago, where I did a set and it went exactly how I wanted, and I felt nothing. I was like, fuck. How do you do well on a set that you worked on and you feel nothing from doing what it was supposed to do? Yeah. I'm like, you're done with this now. Like, you don't feel it.
You don't love it. It's like when you are being a hoe and you're just putting it in randos. It's like, yeah, okay, that was cool and all, but I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
As opposed to when you make sweet love to someone you genuinely have feelings for, you're like, oh, I could do this forever.
When you're a teenager named Tim Chamalongsus and you see this sweet little couch in your house. You stick your stinky little penis right into it. And you make love to the cushions.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the best moments of your life.
That first nut, man. Mind-blowing shit. Life-changing shit.
Hey, Skoggaflogging, you ready for this?
Oh, that sweet little love seat.
I still can't believe you fucked the couch, dude. That shit's from a movie. That's movie type of shit.
I think, you know who else shares this with me?
Who?
Stephen Green.
Steve Green fucked the couch too?
We both have the similar story of like fucking couches in our young adult.
I just don't understand how you get to that point.
Look how it's shaped. It's a perfect line with pressure. It's like perfect for your dick, dog. What do you mean? Out of all the things in your house you could put your dick in, it's like it's the physical, like just perfect setup.
It's so rough though.
No, I don't know if I told you, I would put a little silk sheet in between.
Tip. I did not know this detail.
You take the silk sheet, you wrap it around your dick, and then you put it in the couch cushions.
Bro, you made the biggest pocket pussy on earth. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, and I'm not like going in vigorously so that it was like causing like a burn type level. It's just kind of, you feel the soft squish, and then you just kind of, you know.
Dude, Meryl's gonna see me on the ring camera tonight. What were you doing? Nothing. I was just fixing the cushions.
And then I'll send you footage from my ring camera so you know what to do.
It's just like, you just see my ass cheeks and then my pants down. Why are your pants down? I don't know.
You do what you got to do, man.
We haven't had sex since the baby.
You know, it's a struggle out here, dog.
Why were you touching the couch like this? Oh,
Why are you making love to the couch? Why are you making out with the couch?
just the pillow?
Just wait. We both have little boys, bro. Just wait until they're both fucking 13, 14. So?
There's a time thing because we have to get out of here at a certain
10
time.
minutes.
Why did I
Rob's put
expect
up a
any
sign
other
like,
reaction?
Okay.
Why did I expect you to respond any other way?
So what?
Because in my head, I'm like, I know it's not time for another commercial.
I'm sorry, I just thought I had some leeway in this conversation because my last name is Couch.
Oh, fucking the couch.
Dude, did they say that to you in high school?
No, I don't think fucking couches was a thing.
It's always been a thing.
It wasn't a talked about thing.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Well, you know, if we ever talk about fucking the couch these days, call HR, you know what I'm saying? Because Studio 71 might want to have a word, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about this couch I'm sitting on right now. You filthy animals.
But yeah, bro, our boys are going to be 13 and 14.
I can't imagine, like, here's the thing that I'm going to get sad about is when I walk into their room and it just smells like ass. Because kids stink. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because I was just talking to Bart about this. And he was like, yeah, Tyka's really cute. He's very cute. He goes, I still think he smells he still smells good. And I'm like, hey, I'll be honest with you. Your kid smells like shit. He's like, yeah, it's probably just a parent thing. I was like, it's 100%. I was like, your kid smells like sweat and then a wet backpack. That's what he smells like. Every time he hugs me, I hold my breath because he just smells like sweat and spit. It's like, that is the smell of what he should smell like at that age.
Yeah, he's running around everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm dreading that moment where I just like, God, you fucking stink, man. My mom would make me shower every morning and night.
I think as I got older, I was a morning and night showerer. I think my parents, I can't remember if they made me shower nighttime and daytime. I forget. But yeah, I would definitely bathe. I was a bathing boy. I was going to tell you, oh man, bro, it was so sad the other day, dog. Speaking of stinky kids, Veda had her first like diarrhea as like a grown 4-year-old.
Oh.
Because yeah, she's had diarrhea as like a baby before.
She doesn't know what this is.
Yeah, when she was like 2, she had diarrhea. And yeah, like we've made jokes before about like, I've told her about like, yeah, sometimes, you know, blah, 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 you poop and it comes out like water if you don't, you know, blah, blah, blah. But this time was her first time having it as a conscious 4-year-old, you feel me? And one day we're in the living room, she just ran to her potty and I heard her being like, Daddy, but I thought it was just cause, you know, like she needed a wipe or some shit, right? I go back there, she's screaming, crying, little bit of poop like got on her like little potty and like the undies, she's
Doesn't know what's going on.
Doesn't know, she's shocked. And I guess it just like exploded out of her butt, so it kind of hurt too. It's like, what's wrong, baby? Oh, you have diarrhea? She's like, I'm like, baby, it's okay. Everybody gets diarrhea. Daddy had diarrhea literally last year. Daddy pooped himself at a golf course, baby. I'm trying to make her feel better, right? She's,
I don't want to be like daddy.
Dog fucking screaming, crying, was like traumatized. Didn't want to poop for like 2 more days afterwards because she was like, her butthole hurt and she was just,
What'd she eat?
I think it was my fault, to be honest.
Something spicy?
No, not even. I cut her up some cucumbers and I was holding cucumber. I'm like, is this old? I'm like, nah, it's still good. And I think maybe it was like a little.
She'll be stronger from that.
Yeah, no, now her system is even better,
Good.
right?
She good.
But I was like, I gave her some fucked up cucumbers, and now she's shitting herself, and I felt so bad.
And that J.R. Aquino song came out, dude.
Eat some cucumbers.
Why? Oh, how perfect of a fucking segue right there, huh? Dude, when this morning was fucking hectic. So my son will have an occasional blowout, right? He's never had really crazy ones though. This was his first crazy one this morning.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
He shat all the way up to the back of his neck. Dude, everywhere. I went to go pick him up. So son is very cute. Wakes up in the morning. He does this.
Oh my God. Adorable.
Like this, rubs his eyes, and he finally focuses on your face, and he'll start smiling. I'm like, I go, good morning. I love you very much. Did you have a good sleep? I go to pick him up. I grab his back. Shit all over my hands, dude. And I go, what is this? And Mariel's in there with me this time, and she goes, oh my God. And we turned him over. He shat to the back of his neck.
Was it dry yet?
No, it was wet as fuck. And by the way, he slept through it the whole time. How the fuck do you sleep in shit, dude? And so we didn't know, because he's sleep trained now. So now he's sleeping.
Hell yeah.
So, which by
Congrats.
the way, before we even end this podcast, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do as a parent. And we'll talk about this on another pod because
we got 6 minutes. Go off, King.
It's one of the most saddest things I've
Actually,
ever
wrap it up as soon as you can.
nasty, bro.
Well, we got 1 minute. Go off, King.
Yeah, it's really, really sad. We'll talk about another podcast. Either way, once you guys get it done, though, it is worth every bit of it. I researched back and forth every different fucking method, right? And all the other methods, they take 2 to 3 months. This one, 2 weeks.
You were going through it for that week,
Bro.
David's because we hooked David and Mariel up with our sleep trainer, and he's like, bro, I want to kill this woman. She's a terrible person. I'm like, dog, stick with it, dog. Just like 3 nights. It's gonna be like 3 nights of hell, and then you'll be chilling.
Yeah. And it really was, man. The daytime naps are the hardest, but after the first 3-4 days, the nighttime sleeps were done. It was 12 hours. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, dog.
What the fuck?
And you're sleeping again, huh?
And I was sleeping again. And it's not, I mean, he always slept kind of well, but it was like 8 hours. But now it's 11. Those extra 3 hours fucking helps.
Yeah, and now Mariel's sleeping. You guys might even do it again.
I know, dude. I'm like, what's up, dude? Oh, yeah, you look like a flogging right now to me, dude. Let me put some silk around your fucking whole body.
Well, guys, me and David are gonna hump each other's couches, and by couches, me mean mouthies. And
Oh God.
hey, we got a live show. July 20th, Santa Monica. If you're in the LA area, pull up. Ticket link in the bio. It's gonna be a good time. Come through. I'm gonna force this fool to do a meet and greet for the VIPs, so come through, all right?
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food. Dudes.